$295 a month for 36 months, or get 3.9% APR for 75 months. Fox Marquette Subaru, experience the difference.
WZMQ 19. This is home for CBS.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 news, the cleanup efforts continue in Delta County following a record-setting blizzard. Plus, Michigan leaders are pushing for new gun reform laws. We'll have the details from Lansing. And the Pentagon is requesting an additional $200 billion amid the war with Iran. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. So much sun today, it tricked me into thinking it was actually warm outside.
Yeah, Kevin, good evening and happy spring eve to everyone. I think it maybe feels a little better saying last day of winter instead of the first day of spring tomorrow. But yeah, it's kind of tough to feel like that, especially with all that snow on the ground as we look at our 19 News downtown Marquette sky cam. And yeah, the weather's tricking us a little bit of a whiplash as we try to get from one season to the next. But it's mostly quiet right now. Temperatures still into the mid 30s for most of us. We have a 44 down to Iron Mountain, and we'll see some rain showers pushing through in the overnight. We'll talk about how the first few days of spring are shaping up in just a few.
Kelly, thank you very much. 2 days ago, Governor Gretchen Whitmer declared a local state of emergency for Delta County. Now, county and city crews are making headway on blizzard recovery efforts, but as WZMQ 19's Lily Simmons reports, there's still a long way to go.
I've been a resident of the UP for probably 30 plus years now, and this is the wildest storm I've been involved in, especially for Delta County. We're used to the not so heavy snowfalls compared to some of those northern counties, but this one has definitely been a historic storm for us.
According to Delta County Emergency Management, departments have been working nearly around the clock to clear as many roadways as possible as quickly as possible. But at its worst, the blizzard forced officials to make tough decisions.
There were some times that the Road Commission had to pull their units off the road, and I know that that was frustrating for a lot of people, but it simply came down to safety. There was zero visibility conditions. I heard 2 cases of where they hit drifts and their trucks were completely turned sideways. Since conditions improved, they've been out there nonstop.
The extreme amount of snow that accumulated is what led the county to reach out to the state as well as neighboring agencies for support.
One of the needs that Delta County had was a couple of big industrial-sized snow blowers that we could attach to front-end loaders. One of the blowers that we're using today is from Chippewa County.
The roads are slowly but surely being cleared. And while citizens shovel their driveways and wait for plowing to finish, Delta County Emergency Management asks them to have patience.
The longer this goes on, I know that's harder and harder, especially when we have sunny skies now, but when you talk about 900 and some miles of primary and secondary roads in the county, that is a lot of real estate to cover. And obviously the Road Commission has to focus on where the most traffic is and the roads that are most utilized, so it makes it tough.
Reporting in Escanaba, Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News.
Michigan leaders and gun violence prevention advocates gathered at the Capitol this week calling for the next round of gun reform laws. It comes as new state data shows more than 500 extreme risk protection order complaints were filed last year, with hundreds of guns removed from potentially dangerous situations. Advocates are celebrating 2 years of the state's background check. Governor Whitmer says those laws are already making a difference, but more needs to be done.
Gun violence is it's an American problem, and it's uniquely American problem. This type of violence does not play out anywhere else in the world.
Lawmakers say they plan to introduce new bills in the coming weeks with a focus on waiting periods, gun dealer regulations, and banning certain firearm accessories. The Pentagon could ask Congress for $200 billion to support their military efforts in Iran. Members are approaching this request with caution, wanting to take a good look at what the Pentagon is asking for before they give their approval. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live with more. Rachel, good evening. What can you tell us?
Well, good evening, Kevin. So defense spending has one of the highest amounts of budgets among all of the other departments. Defense Secretary did not confirm nor deny that $200 billion exact amount, but that proposal is raising some eyebrows here on Capitol Hill.
As far as $200 billion, I think that number could move, obviously. It takes money to kill bad guys.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth addressed a report that claims the Pentagon will ask Congress for $200 billion in their military campaign against Iran. The entire military budget for FY 2026 is around $1 trillion. The additional $200 billion request is already raising some eyebrows on Capitol Hill. Republicans we spoke to shared cautious support for a large supplemental.
Large sum of funding, to say the least. We need to see exactly where it's going, and we have to be very serious about our fiscal responsibility.
Well, I think first and foremost we have to see the proposal. I mean, we hear numbers. We want to hear more about what purpose is, what the long-range mission is, what the ultimate final objective is, and how we're going to pay for it.
Democrats argue the war has caused an increase in gas prices and economic insecurity.
Look, upstate New Yorkers are really struggling with the utility bills, health insurance costs, and I haven't talked to anybody who says let's go spend hundreds of billions of dollars on a war that we didn't have to get into, where there's no plan, as far as I can tell, for what success looks like. And so we should be investing that money here at home.
We have still not been asked to authorize this war. President Trump continues to obfuscate the purpose of the war. He's changed his mind multiple times. We don't have an exit strategy. So no, I will not be supporting a supplemental until President Trump actually explains himself to Congress.
And Kevin, members tell me that the Pentagon has not officially sent over that spending request, but I am hearing some concerns from members worried that this high amount could potentially mean that the U.S. is preparing for a long operation in Iran. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much, as always. President Trump's choice to lead the Department of Homeland Security is moving one step closer to confirmation. Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullen's nomination cleared a key hurdle on Capitol Hill earlier today, advancing out of the Senate Homeland Security Committee in a razor-thin 8-7 vote. Mullen, a first-term senator and close Trump ally, was tapped to replace outgoing Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem amid broader scrutiny of immigration policy and department leadership. Today's breakthrough came after Pennsylvania Democratic Senator John Fetterman broke with his party, casting the deciding vote to move the nomination forward. Committee Chairman Republican Rand Paul opposed Mullen, raising concerns about past aggressive behavior and temperament during heated exchanges.
Well, I came up with an open mind, and I'm going to maintain that. That was always my commitment to do that. And if you've listened to anything I've said, I think I would have emerged with, like I said, uniformly positive things.
If confirmed, Mullen would take over one of the government's largest and most complex agencies, overseeing border security, disaster response, and counterterrorism efforts. A full Senate confirmation vote could happen as early as next week. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, we hear about OSF Healthcare's tele-NICU service for this week's Medical Minute. And later, jazz is in the air at NMU as their annual festival kicks off, featuring talented young musicians from across the UP. We'll check it out, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Optimize your home with Maytag and Whirlpool appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Maytag and Whirlpool offer best-in-class warranties on durable, state-of-the-art appliances, perfect for your laundry room or kitchen. Available in stock or online, plus free delivery and 0% financing.
You've put up with your old shower for too long. It's outdated, unsafe, and it's time to replace it. But why struggle with a lengthy shower remodel when Jacuzzi can do it in just one day? And there's no need to break a sweat or your budget. Right now, we're waiving all installation costs, plus offering 0 interest and 0 payments for up to 1 year. So you can finally convert your old bath to a safer, easy entry shower, complete with a custom seat, grab bars, and slip-resistant floor installed in 1 day.
My overall experience with Jacuzzi has been wonderful. Everything was customized to the way I wanted it for the price that I wanted to pay.
I've had a great experience from start to finish.
Don't take matters into your own hands. Do it the smart way. Give Jacuzzi Bath Remodel a call.
There are only weeks remaining during our limited time offer. We're waiving all installation costs and offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-990-3162.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan. Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Pure Outdoor.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's Big Winter Sale. Right now, you'll save on sectionals up to 25 to 35% off. Multi-piece sectionals make it easy to fit into any room, from apartment to apartment, and to that hard-to-get-to room in your home, because you're using smaller pieces. Multi-piece sectionals come in reclining and stationary, different shapes and sizes, and a large selection of fabric and leather to choose from. Multi-piece sectionals like this, you can make as big as you want or as small as you want. Pieces start at just $238. Shop Shunk's Big Winter Sale today.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. As we are finishing winter and moving on to the next, you can call it a season finale if you want. We have no weather alerts. There's no more blizzard warnings, no more snow, anything, cold temperatures. Things are nice and quiet. We just have some clouds right now that our Doppler Max is picking up. But tomorrow is the official start of spring. It's at 10:46 in the morning, and you may have seen or just heard of the things from over the years of the egg balancing or the broom balancing, and that it can only happen on the equinox. So we're going to do a little Mythbusters right now. Myth or fact, can you balance an egg at the spring equinox? The answer is yes, but that can really happen on any day. The gravitational pull doesn't change drastically during the equinox, doesn't change at all. You just need patience, and you really could balance an egg or a broom on any day. But you can go ahead and try it tomorrow if you want, as something to do as we're trying to get all that snow out of the way here. Those sun's rays are going to start to be, or actually be, directly over the equator, so that means warmer days because of the more direct sun angle, those longer amounts of daylight. Remember, the day length doesn't change, but the amount of daylight does, and it's going to get longer and longer until the summer solstice, so it all points to things to look forward to. Again, I know it's really hard to think spring at this moment with all that snow on the ground from the St. Patrick's Day blizzard, and then with more of this wintry mixed mess on the way. So the main concern with this next system for tomorrow, which is really the overnight of tonight into early tomorrow morning, especially if you're out towards the eastern half, you may wake up tomorrow morning with a few wet snowflakes or some ice patches, and it is going to be the ice because there is a wintry mix aspect and those temperatures wavering around that freezing mark. We may have some very slick and icy roadways for your Friday morning, maybe even lingering to your Friday night plans, but then Saturday we're not in the clear just yet too. Might have another situation, kind of just a clipper after clipper. Not going to be much snow accumulation. I would say the main concern with both of these systems is the ice. So just with the Friday one itself, the tonight one into tomorrow morning, we're looking at mainly the central portions here, especially for us into Marquette and out through Munising. We're looking at maybe at about up to 1/10 of an inch of ice, which of course this can be enough for a little glazing and possibly some slipping and sliding around with the cars. So just need to be conscious of that, and maybe a slow go all around for your Friday, but I think it's been a slow go with all this snow. But at least the snow outlook here does taper off after this. And this really kind of encapsulates all type of precipitation. Remember, the next best chance after that would be another round of a wintry mix on Saturday. So we ring in the official start of spring. Not going to feel like it though, not those spring-like temperatures, mid to upper 30s. We'll slowly get some warmth here and there, but for the most part, winter really not wanting to give up its spot here. We may have some clearing skies, but there's still some snow in the forecast.
Kelly, thank you very much. In this week's Medical Minute in partnership with OSF Healthcare, we're talking about their tele-NICU service. Our own Lily Simmons sat down with Dr. Chastity Caperton to give the details. Take a listen.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for asking me.
Absolutely. So what is the tele-NICU?
The tele-NICU is a service that uses a real-time secure video that helps connect neonatologists to other outside community hospitals, and it puts them at the bedside so they can help provide that specialized care, lead neonatal resuscitations, and just be there to support the staff when caring for that newborn.
Does this replace the need for the traditional NICU that we think of?
No. Tele-NICU does not replace the need for a traditional NICU. The tele-NICU purpose is to help provide expert care to the patient. If the neonatologist deems that this patient has a complex medical issue or something that does require an escalation of care, the patient will still be transferred to a traditional NICU to get that care.
How does this help rural communities in the UP?
The tele-NICU helps rural communities to a great extent. It gives these communities access to an immediate expert that can help decide whether this infant needs further neonatology care. Therefore, it will help reduce a lot of unnecessary transfers. It'll also help provide support to the local staff when they're in these high-stress situations. Keeps more of our little ones at home.
Still to come on your 19 News, it's Northern Michigan University's annual Day of Giving. We'll hear how campus organizations are coming together for a good cause when we come back.
We look closely at all the data. We pore over test results. But what we see is you. We see what makes your smile widen and your eyes brighten. Even as we study breakthrough research and implement the most advanced technologies, what we see is how we can use it to serve you and your well-being. Healthcare is a lot of things, but the best care is human. Aspirus Health. What we see is you.
Doug Garrison here for Budget Windows. We had no idea. That's what customers say when they see and price Budget Windows. They had no idea that Budget Windows carries the highest rated replacement windows money can buy. So if you need new windows and want the best of the best without breaking your budget, call Budget Windows. Best built, best backed, best price. And remember, you always get triple glass for the price of double. Now that's a good idea.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you.
Call or scan for your free writer's guide today.
Did you know most of what you throw away can be recycled? At Recycle 906, we accept more than just cardboard and jugs. We take plastics, metals, paper, and more. Recycle smarter, bring it to us. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
A world at your fingertips gives you the advantage. Scan this right now. Weather, local news, community events, amazing video. It's cool. It's all yours. It's free. And it's on demand. Do it. Download the app from 19 News. Now you know. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. NMU's annual Jazz Festival returned today, bringing in high school and middle school ensembles from around the UP. This morning began with performances from Escanaba School bands, followed by a guest performance from Grammy-nominated brass quintet, the Westerlies. 7 schools are participating in this year's 2-day event to perform their long-practiced pieces, with each band undergoing a learning clinic with NMU faculty and members of the Westerlies themselves.
The students spend a lot of time through the year preparing music and kind of with this in mind. We spend a lot of time talking about some of the basics of ensemble playing and also a lot of things about the history of this music and just understanding the styles that we're dealing with.
Public performances are scheduled for tonight and tomorrow evening. You can find those tickets on our website. NMU held its 3rd annual Day of Giving today as a 24-hour fundraising event throughout the university. WZMQ's Andrew Hand spoke to one department tackling the initiative at a unique angle this year.
This is the first time the music department has made an intentional role of trying to rally. It all just kind of shows engagement for something that you love.
The NMU Music Department, under fresh direction of Dr. Stephen Riley since the fall of 2024, is highlighting its strong circle this NMU Day of Giving through alumni, employees, and parents and families.
We're really trying to gather the most donors, so not necessarily the most amount of money, even though wouldn't be displeased if that happened, but we're really looking to show that there's a huge community supporting this music department and trying to get those numbers up as best as we can, that there's people from Marquette who are supporting and families from all over the country that are supporting as well.
In its 3rd year, 2026's overarching theme is Give What You Love, spanning all around campus with sports teams, clubs, and academic departments making up the 643 entries taking part in raising money. The funds raised will help with various equipment, travel, and special event expenses.
Our targeted gifts are going toward the Music Department Foundation account. That foundation account is so important to just the general operation for what we can offer for our students.
By mid-afternoon, over $70,000 were donated to programs throughout the university. Dr. Riley addressed his appreciation for this outpour of support.
The main goal is to engage our community, and so far we're doing pretty well on that front, and I hope that continues throughout the rest of the day today. Whether you're giving to the music department or to some other entity on campus or to multiple entities on campus, thank you so much for those donations.
On our website, we'll have more information on how these donations can be made until 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. In Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
Coming up next in sports, the Michigan Tech men's basketball team is celebrating a huge victory, and they got quite the welcome home earlier this morning. But now their sights are set on the Elite Eight. We'll be right back.
Sorry, I'm just a bit uncomfortable. It's my mattress.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Stearns & Foster provides the ultimate comfort and craftsmanship for a luxurious sleep.
Amazing.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
On the next edition of Comics Unleashed, with your host, Byron Allen. As 5 of the most hilarious comics take it to the edge every night, and nothing is off limits.
That's what I learned in any relationship. Communication is the most important thing. Yeah. The more you can avoid it, the better you'll do. Just avoid it altogether.
Comics Unleashed.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Even getting out of bed is a struggle.
Sounds like a lot of pressure.
And pain.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Tempur Pro Adapt provides adaptive support and pressure relief to help you sleep.
Getting out of this bed is gonna be a struggle.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home. Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. Less than 24 hours after winning its quarterfinal game over Indian River Inland Lakes, the Ishpeming girls basketball team is on the court against Morenci in a Division IV semifinal in East Lansing. As you can imagine, let's go to the scoreboard. Ishpeming started slowly, but things are getting better. Morenci only has a 20-18 lead at the half. Janessa Eagle has 12 for the Hematites, Maya Hemmer 6, and as you can imagine, that's all the scoring. Only 3 Bulldogs have scored. Colby Elkins 9, Emerson Batchelder 9, and Addison Valentine with 2. So if Ishpeming can pick things up in the second half, it should be okay. Onekama and Portland St. Patrick will play in the second game tonight around 7:30. The Michigan Tech men's basketball team returned to campus around 1:30 this morning after winning the Division II Midwest Regional Tuesday night. The Huskies received the greeting from the Tech volleyball and hockey teams, plus the Michigan Tech pep band just outside the Student Development Complex. The Huskies eliminated Walsh 87-70 Tuesday night for their first regional crown. Josh Bittner's club will face a former member of the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference in the Elite Eight. The Huskies are the 6th seed and will meet 3rd-seeded Gannon, the Golden Knights, next Wednesday, the 25th at noon in Pittsburgh. Gannon was in the GLIAC for several seasons before joining the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference in 2008. Gannon defeated Indiana of Pennsylvania 81-74 in the Atlantic Regional Final on Tuesday. Pace Prosser led the Golden Knights with 24 points, and he was the most valuable player of that regional. NCAA And yeah, I tell you, no respect, said Greg Gard today when it came to High Point against Wisconsin. And Nick Boyd with a basket there to put the Badgers up 482-78 late in the second half. No big deal. Chase Johnston with a 3 to get High Point back within 1, 82-81. Then Nick Boyd drives the lane, but he can't get the basket to go. And all of a sudden, Rob Martin to Chase Johnston. They say this is his first two-pointer of the year. Seriously, I can't believe that either, but it gave them the lead, and Wisconsin could not score at the end. So we have your first 5-12 upset. High Point the winner, 83-82. Ohio State also lost. Nebraska blew out Troy for the Cornhuskers' first NCAA tournament win. Michigan State doing just fine, 77-59 over North Dakota State with 4 minutes left. Michigan plays right here on TV 19 coming up at 7:10 p.m. And we will let you know, tell you that Cade Cunningham is not going to be playing for a while because of a lung problem, and we'll send it back to Kevin.
Mike, thank you very much. Spring officially starts this weekend, and along with cleaning out closets and garages, it's a good time to organize all that paperwork and those old bank emails. You don't need to file away everything. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger breaks down what to keep and what to toss.
Spring is in the air, and to celebrate, fire up the shredder and get ready to press delete because it's time to clean out your financial files. Let's start with tax returns. The IRS can look back 3 years in an audit, and if they identify a substantial error, they can add another 3 years. So hold on to your returns and all supporting documents for 6 years just to be safe. If you work with a tax preparer, ask whether they keep electronic copies of your filed returns. Everything older than 6 years should be shredded. No shortcuts on this because scammers love to get their hands on confidential personal information. You can usually access bank and investment statements for 12 months online, but it may also be helpful to save any purchase and sales confirmations for tax purposes. To keep things tidy, create either a physical or digital folder called Tax Prep. That way you can easily locate everything next year. If you don't need the statements, shred them after 45 days. One exception, though, if you or a relative may be applying for Medicaid, many states require that you show 5 years' worth of statements. Finally, there are some things you need to keep forever, including birth and death certificates, Social Security cards, marriage licenses, divorce decrees, military discharge papers, and estate documents. Hold on to records related to home improvements and major purchases until you dispose of the asset. If you maintain paper versions of any of these, make digital copies and store them in a fireproof safe. A little spring cleaning now can help keep your financial life in full bloom all year long.
Now stay tuned. Your final look at weather is after this.
Ford Truck Month. Now through March at Fox Marquette Ford. Lease a 2026 F-150 XLT Super Crew 4-wheel drive for $498 a month for 36 months. Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Get ready to march up the aisle with Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. March is Wedding Band Month. We will have a wedding band event all month long. We will have a huge selection of his and her bands for viewing. Whether your engagement ring is for me or not, I will help you find the perfect band for your big day. Come see me for the ultimate bridal experience, personalized just for you. Wedding bands.
At Richardson Jewelers.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire. While the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
Ford Truck Month, now through March at Fox Marquette Ford. Get 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days. Plus $1,000 special Truck Month bonus cash on 2025 Ford F-150, Lightning, and select Super Duty models. Fox Marquette Ford.
And a final check of your forecast for the final few hours of winter. Tomorrow is the first day of spring. We did see some people outside running just now on our 19 News Sky Cam, so we're all trying to think warmer temperatures, and we may get that a little bit, but for the most part it's still going to be kind of winter-esque for us, especially with tomorrow's high temperatures, still some 30s hanging around. We will see some warmer temperatures into the mid 40s and lower 50s, but you'll have to check back later tonight for another updated look on your forecast for the official start of spring.
Thanks, Kelly, and we'll see you all later tonight.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopel. The breaking news right now. Iran